Hello and welcome to our walk through history. The building that you are standing by, which is 9 River Street, has a long history with multiple moves. You will find out more about that and many more interesting facts throughout this video. This building was not always at the same location. In fact, it moved twice. When it was built in the late 1860s, the building was located where 41 North Main Street is today. The first business that was located there was Cayley's Shoe Store. It was located inside of the building in the late 1860s. Cayley's Shoe Store was owned by a man named William H. Cayley. He was born on the Isle of Man in England in 1835. He had one daughter and was a Civil War veteran. He came to the United States in 1854 and was trained as a shoemaker. He was then married twice after his first wife died in 1861. In 1875, the building moved to 95 North Main Street, where Lemon Falls is located today. The building became a shoe store again. However, this time it was owned by John Lansbach. He was born in Germany in 1820 and moved to Chagrin in 1861. He was trained as a shoemaker and he worked for many different shoemakers in Chagrin before starting his own business in the 1880s. John Lansbach changed his last name to Lambert. He passed away on October 12, 1901. Then, in 1923, the building was moved to its current location at 9 River Street. Between 1932 and 1949, a number of small businesses used this building. In 1949, the Wren House was located in 9 River Street. It was a consignment boutique. Even though the clothing was sold to the store by other customers, all of the clothing was expensive and barely used. All of the clothing brought in from customers were from shops outside of Chagrin. This is so their clothes were unique to the area. The owners of the Wren House were Charlene L. Meyer and Gertrude Young. Meyer was a perfectionist and was a big fan of high-end clothing. She was known to only accept the best clothing from customers. When Meyer bought the Wren House, she was told that it was going to fail, but it ended up being a huge success. Meyer was also able to start another store, the Fireside Bookshop. In 1963, Meyer sold the business to Gene Pryor, who shared it with Bay Rock. The Wren House moved out of 9 River Street in 1989. Before Dave's Famous Subs moved into 9 River Street in 1998, Chagrin Antiques, Bye Bye Crocodile, and David Ross Clothing were inside at different times. Dave's Famous Subs, which was later renamed in 2003 to Dave's Cosmic Subs, is owned by Dave Lombardi. He has been able to franchise his business with locations throughout the country. Inside, they serve a variety of sub sandwiches and sodas. Overall, this building has a very interesting history. It has had many moves and many businesses inside of it, such as Cayley's Shoe Store, the Wren House, and many more. These businesses were in this building many years ago, but they still have an impact on our history. Thank you for joining us on our walk through history.